Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a new series and I'm pretty excited about it. My first video of the series is going to be 5 tips for new moms to hopefully make the journey into motherhood a little bit easier than it was for me. This is going to be all about motherhood, babies, what I went through, tips, tricks, birth story, all the good stuff that's going to be coming. I'm going to try to post one of these videos once or twice a month maybe. We'll see how they go. The new series I'm starting is going to be called Tales from the Crib. I thought it was kind of funny, play off of Tales from the Crib. But anyway, so today is in collab with one of my best friends on and off YouTube, Melissa. Her channel is called Melissa's Fam Bam. She has the sweetest 2 little boys, 2-year-old Aston and 1-month-old Rhett. She is just a wonderful mother and I love her content. She does a lot of vlogging and just baby updates and all of those good things. Guys, I just adore her and I know if you check her out, you definitely will too. When you're done with this video, go ahead and check out her channel and show her some love. This video is going to be 5 tips for new moms and hopefully this helps, and I feel like I've learned a ton in the 2 years. Finley just turned 2 last week. And I wish I would have known some of these things before I became a mom. I was totally in the dark when it came to being a new mom. I didn't do any baby classes. I didn't really have any friends that had babies around me. So it was all like super new to me. And I just would have loved to watch a video like this previous to having Finley. So hopefully it helps. Let's dive right into it. All right, let's get started. And as you can see here, my friend Noodle, per usual, is always coming to crash the party. So I wrote them down. Tip number 1. I made this the first tip because I feel like this is so important and I didn't do this and I wish I would have. Tip number 1, don't compare yourself to other moms / your journey with other moms' journeys. Every mom and baby is so different. First of all, every baby's so different. What I did wrong is I compared myself a lot to like my friends who had kids around their age and all of that, and it just like gets in your head. And I feel like after you have a baby, you're so emotional already and those hormones are flowing through your body. And it's easy to take offense to things or feel like you're not doing enough or you're doing something wrong. It's just a terrible thing to do. And I think lately social media makes things so much more intense for new moms. It's like you're expected to do so many more things and you end up comparing yourself, especially if you're in mom groups or, like I said, social media. So one of my biggest tips is don't compare your journey to another mom's journey. It'll never end up good. I do recommend, like, if you have friends with kids their age, like, it's awesome to get advice from a mom who has a kid your same age. What I found when having Finley is that a lot of the older generation, their tips I felt like weren't as helpful. Like, they're a little bit out of date, but obviously they kept kids alive, so maybe there's some truth to it. I'm not sure. Getting advice from close friends and family is probably going to be your best bet a lot of the times, or mom groups, but here's a sub tip to that tip. Take advice with a grain of salt. Number 2. The second tip is to keep a keepsake box. This is something I didn't do and I wish I would have. I have Finley's stuff like sprawled all in boxes, like the hospital band and just those little things that you wish you would have kept. And I do have those things, I just haven't actually put them in a box, which I want to. So once I go through more of Finley's things, I'm gonna do that. But I wish I would have done this. Like, we got from the hospital, if you guys hear that, it's Noodle. We got a sheet from the hospital that like announced his birth with his footprint and all those little things that I kind of have scattered throughout the house. And also this could go with keeping a book, like a baby book. We got to like month 7 and then just like shit hit the fan and apparently I didn't want to write in it anymore. So yes, one of my biggest tips is definitely keep a keepsake box. I think it's going to be so much fun to be able to go down the line, and like that includes first birthday birthday cards and things like that that you can keep, or like a little memento from the birthday party or his first month or when he walks, like pictures. I just think it'd be so special to be able to have that to open up when they like turn 16 or turn 18 and you're like, wow, or, you know, I think that's a fun tip. Tip number 3, try and prep as much as possible before baby comes. And there's a few like segments to this. One is food. When you have that baby, like you think you know what it's gonna be like to be tired, and you hate when people are like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be so tired, blah, blah, blah. But like, it's real life, and you don't wanna believe it, but then when you have the baby, you think you know, but it's like a whole different ballgame once they actually come. My best advice is to try to prep food. There are so many freezer meal videos out there to prep ahead and casserole type things, and I'm sure honestly, if you have friends and family close in the area, I'm sure they're gonna come feed you guys. But yeah, I wish I would have done this. I did not do this. I was lucky my mother-in-law had sent us with some crock pot food in the beginning, which was really helpful. And especially for a new mom, I think the second time around I'll have a better idea. Anything freezer related, like if you want to try to get like smoothie packets, like get little Ziploc bags and put some fruit in there that's about to go bad, just keep those little things, and then I'm telling you, it's gonna help you guys so much. And if you guys have a Costco near you, that might be helpful too, to stock up on snacks and things like that. So that's one of the little segments of prepping. The second part of that is I would, if you could, try to have family lined up to help you. I think it's important to have the conversation ahead of time to be like, hey, can you bring me food? Or if I need a nap, can you come over? And for breastfeeding moms, that might be difficult if you're exclusively breastfeeding, especially in the beginning. But just to have someone, because my husband worked a lot when Finley was a newborn. So if I would have had someone just like come over and just like watch Finley sleep so I could sleep. Like when you're a new mom, like you're constantly checking on them. You're constantly like, oh, are they breathing? You know? So just having family to be there for you, to come help do the dishes. If you have a dog, like we have a dog now, so I'm sure baby number 2, when that baby comes, hopefully soon. If you have a dog, having people come over and walk your dog or take them to the dog park or, you know, things like that, cleaning, because you're gonna be so tired in the beginning, especially new moms. Like it would be so awesome to prep ahead and have that help already lined up, or just have the conversation like, hey, when this baby comes, do you think you could help? So tip number 4, and this kind of goes along with tip number 3, ask for help. You guys are gonna be super tired, I promise you. You're gonna feel delirious in the beginning, and that's totally normal. And I'd like to think, like, I don't really remember the first month of Finley being born, to be completely honest with you. I was so tired, but it's weird because it's like something kicks in where you're just like, you handle it, because you really have no other choice but to handle it. So definitely ask for help. If you need help, just a break. It's also super important to take those breaks and to kind of rejuvenate yourself. Don't forget to shower. Don't forget to feed yourself. That's also easy. I felt like feeding, especially if you're breastfeeding with feeding, you need to drink that water. You need to keep your calories up to make sure you're producing the milk and all of that. So there's no shame in asking for help. And I wish I would have asked for more help in the beginning. I felt like I'd put a lot on my own plate. Like I had to clean, I'd take care of the baby. My husband was working a ton when he was a newborn. So yeah, ask for help. And tip number 5. This is much easier said than done, but one of my best suggestions is to go with the flow. We as moms in the beginning, we think, especially the first baby, you think things are gonna go a certain way, and they don't. Like an example for me is we breastfed for 3 months, and it was insanely difficult. When I quit breastfeeding, literally nothing happened. That's how low my supply was, and I didn't even know it was that bad. It's great to have a plan, but if you go away from that plan a little bit, it's okay. And to go along with this, I think that a lot of people are pressured into having a good sleeper or a good baby right away. And honestly, all babies are so different. Some babies sleep through the night. I was lucky. Finley slept through the night since he was 4 weeks old, and #blessed you guys, because that was phenomenal. I still woke up all the time, making sure he was alive, but and especially when it comes to breastfeeding as well, it's people make it sound like it's so natural and so easy, and yes, why it definitely is a natural thing to do, but it's not always easy. So this can go back to number 4, and ask for help if you need help with breastfeeding. If that's a goal that you really want to stick with, there's lactation consultants. Go to those classes in the beginning before you have the baby and learn all you can learn. I had no clue about breastfeeding before Finley, like none at all, and I just kind of jumped into it blind, you know? And now going into trying for number 2, and if you guys haven't watched my last 2 videos ago, we're trying for number 2. But anyway, going into number 2 now, I feel like I have so much more confidence when it comes to that, and I would love to be able to try to do that longer, and if not for nothing, at least pump longer. But that's just a little personal goal of mine. Side tangent. But yeah, so just try to go with the flow. It's so much more stressful when you have your mind super set on something like, oh, the baby's gonna nap at this hour and the baby's gonna sleep at this hour. And then when the baby turns 6 months old, I'm gonna make all the food, you know, myself. And then my baby's gonna be sleeping through the night by 2 weeks old. Like, it's just, don't put those stressors on you, because it's just gonna stress you out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope those 5 tips were helpful. I know that would have helped me a bunch in the beginning, especially kind of going in blind to the whole motherhood thing. But I've learned so much since the last 2 years since Finley's been alive, and it's been such a journey. For those new moms who are watching, congratulations. It is honestly the best journey you'll ever go on. I am so obsessed with Finley, and I get a little teared up talking about him. He is the best. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to check out Melissa's channel. She is just like super mom in my eyes. I love watching her. I love talking to her. We text every single day. We Snapchat. We talk outside of YouTube every day. She is just a phenomenal person, and I'm so lucky to have met her through YouTube. So if you guys like my channel, definitely go ahead and check her out and show her some love. See you guys next time.